This is a demonstration of the IN management system. Your IN can opt into using the IN management system, which is your one-stop shop for managing all things in administration. I'm going to show you how to access the IMS. To access the IMS, you'll come up here to our sign in button, click sign in, and then you're going to enter your username, which is typically your email address, and your password. Once you're signed in, if your IN is opted into using the IMS, you'll see this IMS link at the top of the page. Click on that link, and it will ask you just to confirm your sign in. And now you'll be able to see your IN's IN management system. The IN management system dashboard consists of an announcements section where you'll see important announcements from the national organization. You can hide these announcements by clicking the arrow at the top. Then you'll see several graphs showing your membership type, break down your members by status, your member history for the last 5 years, and any meeting information of attendance, substitutes and guests, and invoices, who has paid, who hasn't paid, how they're paying, and cash flow. If you manage more than one IN, if you come over to your avatar in the top right and click your avatar, you'll be able to switch between the INs that you manage in this drop-down menu. You can also sign out of your account here, and you can add a photo to your account. The membership module is where you can manage your IN's roster. If we go to membership and click member list, here you'll see your entire membership roster, including active and alumni members. You can filter your roster using these filters at the top, which you can combine as much as you'd like. So right now we're looking at all active Masters of the Bench members. You can expand how many members you see by clicking the rows per page at the bottom. And you can also search for a specific member by name. To see a member's profile, click the eye icon, and you can see their information. The at a glance section gives you a very quick look at their most important information. You can add administrative notes that only you and other executive committee members can see on their profile. And then you can see their activity, any of their information that's been added to their account. You can click through these tabs to see their address, their membership information, if they have an assistant's name and contact information, their bar information, and you can also see their activity. So this is their financial activity, invoices that they've paid recently. You can also see what meetings that they've been invited to and if they've RSVP'd, what committees they're a member of, and any teams that they're a member of. If we go back to the member list, you'll see that we can also add a member from here as well. To add a member, you'll click this button, and the first thing you'll do is search for their last name or by email to see if they already have an account with us. You can search by both or just by one, and you'll see it brings up everyone in our database that already has an account with that last name. If you see the person that you're looking for and they already have an account, simply select their name and click next, and you'll be able to edit their information and it will add that person to your roster. If you don't see the person that you're looking for, you can click next and you'll be able to add a new person. And you'll see the tabs up here at the top, they go through the same steps, the same tabs that we saw on the member profile. Only some of this information is required: first name, last name, phone, email address, and their membership information is required. You can fill in as much information as you have about the person. You can also add a profile picture if you had their headshot. Member type, subtype, and status. The subtype is not required, but there are some subtypes that you can choose from if your IN uses those to differentiate who pays what amount of dues. Member type is required, so you'll just need to add what member type they are, and then their status, which if you're adding a new member, they would be an active member, and then their join date, which would typically be the first day of the new IN year. You can add their assistance information if you know it. The benefit of having their assistant's email on their profile is that you can CC an assistant on any emails that you send out from the IMS. And finally, you can add their bar information if you know it. The beauty about the IMS is that your members can also log into our website and update their profile as well. They can update their contact information, their picture, their address, their assistant's contact information, and their bar information. The only thing that they cannot update is their membership information. Only executive committee members can do that. Once you've added your new member, you would click complete, and that person would show up on your roster. And you would see them here. You can also email someone straight from your membership roster. You would simply search for their name, click the email icon, and it would bring up the compose email screen. You'll see it drops them immediately into the to line right here. You can add additional email addresses in the additional recipients box here. Usually the additional recipients box is for folks who are outside of your IN, people who are not members that you might want to send an informational email to. You can also CC a person's assistant from here as well, and if their assistant's email is on their profile, they will also receive a copy. When you click next, it will ask you to compose the email. So you would give it a subject. You can add attachments. The total size of your attachments can't exceed 10 megabytes. And then you can compose your email here. If you are sending an email on a regular basis, like a meeting invitation or a dues invoice, it can be helpful to create a template for that email, which I'll show how to do later. But for now, we're going to simply type the email. You'll see here, depending on what module you're in, you'll have placeholders that are available for you. Placeholders personalize the email to whomever receives it. So if I click on the placeholders, I can choose first name, and it will drop the first name of the person who receives it into the email when they receive it. So you don't have to send individual emails to every single member. To personalize it, you can simply use those placeholders. You have several formatting options within the IMS for your emails as well. It's basically like working in Microsoft Outlook or Word or any other email client. You can insert images, and you can also insert links. You have the option to send an email at a later date and time. You can schedule it to go out later if you wish. If not, simply leave these blank. It will default to whatever time zone you are currently in. But if you do wish to send it later, you can choose the date and the time and click next. And you can review your email to make sure that it looks correct, and then click send. And it will tell you that your emails have been queued for delivery. click Finished, and it will bring you back to the previous screen. If you're ever not sure if an email has been sent, if you come down to the communication module and go to the email log, you can see here emails that have been sent in the past, as well as emails that are queued to go out in the future. So this is the email that we just created, and it's queued to go out tomorrow. And if we come down here to sent, you'll see these are all of the emails that have been sent in the past. They've been processed. You can also click on them to view the body of the email, the content, the attachments that might have been there, and who received the email. The last thing I will show you on the member list is the export function. This allows you to export your membership roster. You'll see these are all fields that would show up in, if you want to think of it as an Excel spreadsheet, these would show up as the column headers on your Excel spreadsheet. You can enable them or disable them as you wish, and you can drag and drop them into different orders, however you want. Once you've chosen the fields that you want to include, click Download Export, and it will download as a CSV file, which you can then open and manipulate and filter and use as you wish. Next, we'll look at member reports. The IMS has a suite of reports. We have reports for every module. In this case, the member reports include an in-roster. If we click on the in-roster report, it'll give you some options to choose from, so you can determine who you want to include in the report. To select more than one, simply hold down the Control key on your keyboard and click the ones you wish to select. You can also include profile pictures in the roster report if you wish, and then you choose if you want to order them by member type or by name. Click Print Report to see a preview of the report. And depending on its size, it could take a few moments for it to load. Once the report loads, you'll see everyone who was included on your report. You can review it to make sure that it looks okay. And then once you're satisfied, you can come here to the Export Save button, and you have the option to export it into Excel, PDF, or Word. If your report has more than one page, you'll also be able to toggle back and forth between those pages.